had the tunes.
Yeah, no, Morrissey has had the tunes. And actually, Morrissey...
I love that the fusion, him and Ma. Like, even something like, Song About a Moor's Murder. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's such a song. It's incredible.
I also think Morrissey, something not said about him, because I think what happens is, with him or Bowie or whatever, because their personalities become the thing,
huge,
people don't talk about the music. But one thing about Morrissey is he's a great singer, I think. Like, he's a brilliant vocal. No one else sings like Morrissey. Yeah, and the minute you hear it, you think, that's a Morrissey song. And the timbre of his voice is really brilliant.
But the problem is, again, we were talking about, being a convicted paedophile.
He's not a convicted paedophile.
No, ruins your music a little bit.
I know there's a sense in which, you think that might happen. No, he definitely isn't.
No, what we were saying earlier about, like, trying to separate, a great work of art from the fact that the artist became, a big hated figure. Even on a smaller degree, the fact that these icons are on Twitter ruin it. If Donald Trump tweets, makes a fool of himself. Yeah. But I think, and he is, incredibly
stupid.
It's off the charts, right?
Yeah, unbelievably
But even
stupid.
people, icons through history, if they were on Twitter, they'd be ruined within 6 months.
That's true.
They'd say something that would be taken wrong.
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe would be she'd be like a Kardashian.
Yeah.
And it's just anything outside the music. So what Bowie did is sort of kept it dry in a way. He did all those things, but it was all about creation. He didn't go shouting his mouth off about things that he didn't know about.
Because I'm a Bowie obsessive, there is it's like a chat room or something like that he used to go on in the early 2000s.
Oh, secretly, wasn't it?
Yeah. But people have worked out it was definitely him.
How would you work out it was him?
Well, because he called himself something which I now can't remember, but it might as well be the Thin White Duke. Right. And
I'm the short fat duck.
It's a Bowie chat. It's a Bowie chat room, and he's on it from time to time. I think a bit pissed. Right. I think at that point in the early 2000s, when he wasn't doing very much, he was just hanging out in New York looking after his kid, and at night getting a bit drunk, and he'd have rows with people
about himself,
mainly about himself. So at one point, there's one bloke who works out that it's Bowie, or decides it is Bowie, and it is actually him, and said, I was once on a bench. I was once on a bench in London, and you were sitting on that bench, and I said hello, and you didn't say hello to me. And Bowie just lays into him and starts saying, any minute now you'll be saying, I wasn't interested in talking to you because it was when I was shit in the 80s. And I think, this is amazing. This is Bowie losing everything you're talking about. Luckily not on Twitter, so
but he did it. He did it. He was very aware of his legacy, and a lot of people thought of Tin Machine, and he played with it because he was very aware of himself and where he stood in the world. He was plugged into everything.
Were you friends with him though?
He's a mate. Yeah. Ricky was a mate of his.
And he was just like, and I had to remember that this mate of mine was David Bowie, because he wasn't David Bowie. He was David Jones. He was a normal bloke from London who got good at something.